we wanted to do a video today to go over a few things that we thought might interest everybody. 5 things that we've changed on Serenity so far that we really like, and 5 things that we are looking forward to changing on Serenity that we're really going to like and you might like. If you like watching our videos, we'd really appreciate it if you'd take just a minute and like the video. Go ahead and subscribe so you'll be notified when we get new videos. And we just want to take a moment and let everybody know how much we do appreciate it. It does mean a lot and helps us out very much, and we look very much forward to doing many more videos in the future.
And don't forget to ring that bell to get notified of upcoming videos.
So the first thing we changed was the bed. The mattress just had to go. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was a little bit too thin. You could feel the wood underneath it.
It literally felt like we were sleeping on a board, and that's just not going to work out.
With Erica's health condition, it just made it a little hard for us to get some decent sleep at night.
Yes, absolutely. Could not rest at all. It was terrible.
So we ordered a new mattress from
Amazon.
It was from Amazon. I think it's a 10-inch thick mattress, right?
10 inches, and we went with Amazon because fortunately for all of us who own a Soul Horizon, the bed is a true queen size bed. So 10 inches was the absolute maximum height we could get to fit in it, and it works. So we wanted to make sure we had the most comfortable mattress at the most affordable price. Obviously, I did not want to spend $1,000 on a mattress, so we found one for a decent price and put it in, and sleep is much better. So
all right, the number 2 thing that we changed on the camper, which if you want to talk about in order of things that we did, was actually the number 1 thing that we did, was the steps leading into the camper.
Absolutely.
So
yes. Had to be done.
Because we got the Rover edition of the Soul Horizon, it's 3 inches higher than just the standard edition of the Horizon, and it actually makes quite a difference trying to step up into it. And not like I'm tall, but Erica is 5'6", 5'5", and stepping up into that actually kind of made for a hard time. So the only steps that we actually got one set of steps from Camping World in the hopes that those would fit, and they did not.
No, they didn't work.
So we ended up ordering another set. I think it was from Amazon again.
It was. We found this on one of the Horizon groups. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for the tip. And got those installed. Michael did have to kind of fiddle with it a little bit, obviously, to make it work because it's not really made for it, but closest we could get, and they worked great. So thankfully we were able to do that, because I'm not sure exactly why Intech doesn't go ahead and put a double step on that Rover edition, and they really need to rethink that, because it's almost impossible to get in and out of that comfortably without having that second step. So hopefully that's something they'll change in the future, because one step on the Rover edition is horrible, just not good.
Yeah, the new steps, they work really good for us. It makes it much easier to get up into the camper without working so hard.
100% better, yeah.
Okay, so the number 3 thing that we changed on our Soul Horizon was putting in
an access under the bench
port under the dinette bench. Yes. In the front of the camper.
Again, shout out to our peeps on the groups, because we saw that and thought, you know what, that makes a really good sense. Let's do that. So we did it, and it's great.
Another thing that we actually ordered off of Amazon, we ordered the only one available. We were originally wanting to get it in white, but that wasn't available, so we got the black one. And we will, of course, put the link below, but there's no telling if there's any in stock. It was actually hard to find.
Well, I'm actually really glad we went with the black because the white, I think, would get dirty very easy, especially since you're walking in and out from the door that way. So I think the black is just much better in terms of keeping it clean. So I'm happy with the fact that we went with the black over the white. I'm good with that.
So I'll put a link to the video I made of me putting in the portal, I'm calling it. And it'll take you through what I had to do in order to install that. It really wasn't that hard. And if you look on the group, there's a lot of people doing it in various different ways, putting nice wood fronts and stuff like that on it, but I didn't feel like going through all that. And this one, it's got nice latches on it, and it works really good for us.
Yeah, no problems. We don't have to worry about it degrading, falling apart, getting wet and getting damaged and getting ruined, and then eventually having to take it off because that laminate has, you know, now fallen apart. So it actually works out great. It's marine grade, made for boats, works perfect for the RV.
Yep.
So the fourth thing that we did was get the MaxAir fan cover. Now the reason we did this is because this way we can run that fan in the evening, during the day. If we're boondocking and we're running off batteries, then at least we can get some airflow in the camper that we might not otherwise be able to get, not being able to have the air conditioner running. And this also is beneficial so that if it's raining, we can still run that fan, because if not, then you're kind of limited to just having your windows open, and that doesn't help.
Mm-hmm. And at the same time, talking about internal airflow, we also installed a fan. Another shout out to the Soul Horizon group. This fan, somebody installed and posted about it. We found it on Amazon and we got one and installed it in our bedroom, right
wonderful.
Where one of the reading lights that is by our feet, which we'll never use, that's where
Right.
it is. And so
Yeah.
we replaced that and put that in, and that is great while you're sleeping, whether you're boondocking or you got AC on or just running the MaxAir fan. It makes for a wonderful evening with a nice airflow over you, because the rest of the airflow is it's not direct, and this will put direct air fan on you, and it's built in. It'll run off the 12 volt. You do not have to worry about anything else out.
And for those of you who may or may not know, I have several health conditions, so being able to have airflow in there is very helpful for me. I don't do well in heat, so we're gonna be definitely using that a lot.
So the fifth thing we did is actually not to our Soul Horizon. It was to tow it. And this is it right here. So we got a 2023 Ram 1500.
What's his name?
She decided what the name's going to be. I'll let her introduce.
This is Fred. Some of you might know what that means. If you don't, go Google Fred from Firefly. Then you'll know what I mean.
Okay.
This is Fred.
So Erica named the truck Fred. I'll allow it, I guess. But anyways, it is a Ram 1500 Hemi. You can see it's an e-torque. It has a V8 5.7 liter, I believe, engine in it. It can tow 8,100 pounds, and it is not as big of a beast as we possibly could have gotten, but for the price and everything, it was wonderful. We will do another video here soon about our tow vehicles, why we chose them, why we chose this truck, and go into more detail about that. But this has been, aside from buying Serenity herself, this has been one of the single biggest investments we've had to do lately. But this is going to make our trip out west wonderful.
More comfortable, safe, definitely make us feel better. So it was kind of important because we do plan on doing a lot of traveling in Serenity. The 5 things that we're planning on upgrading on Serenity next are, number 1, a tongue box so that we can have extra storage to put things in. And we're thinking about getting probably a plastic storage box so it's not quite as heavy, but it will be one that will be lockable So we're thinking about going ahead and getting one of those boxes to give us more room for just whatever we need.
Because storage is actually a very hot commodity inside this camper.
Very much so. And outside.
Right.
So
even though we're going to have the truck with the whole bed that we can put stuff on, having a nice little lockable box up here at the top of the tongue, which is actually kind of dead space up here. We're not using it for anything right now. We think would be a very good upgrade.
Very helpful. Yes.
So the number 2 thing that we're going to upgrade on this is we're going to add a secondary sewer line storage box underneath here. Now again, so our Facebook family, Soul Horizon family, have shown us how they've upgraded this to where it's got 2 side-by-side storage tubes for the sewer hoses. And of course you don't want to have to handle those things or put them in some other kind of storage. So that's going to be one of the things that we upgrade before our big trip. We're not exactly sure how we're going to do it quite yet, but we've seen somebody else do it and we're going to follow their footsteps and do it ourselves.
Yep. So the third thing that we are going to change in Serenity is the tabletop. We have a beautiful piece of aspen wood that we picked up at Menards, and we're going to stain it a really pretty blue color to kind of match the blue lighting in the camper, kind of go with our blue theme. And we're going to get that cut out to match this one, get it stained, get it polished, and put that on as a new tabletop. We're very excited about that. We think that's really going to elevate things in here just a little bit as well.
Okay, so the 4th thing that we're going to do is going to be a lithium battery upgrade. Now we've already purchased the batteries, but we didn't have time to install them before this trip. We will be posting a video in the next week or 2 about the installation of those batteries, because we're going to have them installed before our next camping trip that we go to Elkmont.
Yes.
Elkmont Campground, just outside of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And that campground is a full boondocking. There is nothing there. We probably won't even have any cellular when we get there. It's supposed to be beautiful. It's going to be a real test of our boondocking. But what we're planning on doing, well, what we've already purchased, is 2 Renogy 100 amp hour batteries, and we're going to be hooking those up. I believe the term is in parallel, and that will give us roughly 4 times as much battery as we currently have in Serenity. And it's going to be just great because we will have our solar that we can use when we start going out west on the days that we're boondocking, and we will have plenty of battery that'll run everything except for our AC and microwave. In essence, everything else will essentially be able to run off of it. So that's one of the bigger ones. Okay, so the last thing, number 5, that we're going to upgrade is our liquor cabinet.
Yeah.
Not like we're big drinkers or anything like that, but one of the things that when we first got this, I was like, can I use this space up here for a liquor cabinet? And it seemed like a great idea at the time, but the problem is that you have to take the liquor down every time you travel and then put it back up when you're done and when you're traveling, and it just isn't really feasible. It doesn't really work well. So
pivoted.
We're pivoting. So right now my liquor is in a nice little case on the floor, and it, keeps it nice and safe. I've got some bourbons in there. I've got some wines in there.
Right.
And we want to make it to where we don't have to move them around.
Right. We can put them, leave them, forget about them till we want them, and make it look kind of nice. And we've seen several people do different things. We've also seen some other things online that have given us some ideas. So stay tuned for what that's going to turn out to be like, because we're not even sure just yet how we're going to go. But we do know we're putting it in this space right here.
So right down here we have some shoe holders that Erica has put up, which work really, really good, but we can put those someplace else. And we think that this would be a nice little place for just a small liquor cabinet that will hold like either 3 or 4 bottles and a couple other things in there, and we can put it mounted onto here permanently, and it'll be where we can open them up and get them out, but close them, and they'll be held in there securely during travel.
So those are the 5 things that we've already done and the 5 things that we're going to be doing. So make sure you stay tuned so you can check out what we do.
Make sure if you've got anything any questions or anything, please comment below. So we will have a video coming out soon of the installation of our lithium batteries. That will be interesting, to say the least. I've never done anything like that before. But from what we've seen online, again, shout out to the Facebook groups. They really pushed us into the possibility of us doing this kind of upgrade ourselves. And we're so looking forward to that.
Absolutely we are. And if you're interested, we will probably be doing a video soon on Fred. So you can take a look and we'll show you around.
Yep, there's Fred right out there. Can you see Fred? Can you see Fred?
Until next time, be a leaf on the wind. See you soon.